Hello Food Braggers family, welcome to yet another episode of my delicious cooking. This meal that I am just enjoying is one of my very delicious recipes. So you see, Braggers, I came back from work tired and very hungry and ready to make me a meal. During the process, I realized my Braggers family would like to share this recipe as well. So I do apologize, you may not see this recipe from the beginning, but I will walk you through the beginning part of it until I get to where I started recording. And then you'll be able to make this recipe yourself and enjoy it just as much as I am. And if you do, please let me know. Guys, as you can see, the plate is empty and I'm wondering where all that food went. That is because it was so good and I just couldn't help myself. Now I'm going to walk you through how I made this recipe. I'll start with the key ingredients that I need for this recipe. First, carrot, and I'm dicing it, as you can see, into tiny bits. My carrot is nicely diced. My next ingredient is collard greens, which I am going to prep as you see in the video. I am going to nicely dice this as well into tiny bits. My next ingredient is okra, or okro as some people call it, and I'm also going to prep it by dicing it into big chunks. I dice into big chunks because I do not want my food to be very slimy. Okra is very slimy in nature, but if you want it to be very slimy, then you cut it into real tiny pieces. But the texture I desire for this recipe is not for it to be very slimy, so my okra is going to be cut into big chunks. Now 3 of my major ingredients are ready. I'm going to walk you through the process, the beginning process that you did not see because I omitted recording it. What I have on the stove is chicken that I seasoned and I cooked until tender. What I did was cut the chicken to the sizes that I desire, have a pot on the stove, add some amount of oil. In this case I use avocado oil. Allow the oil to heat up, season the oil, and I will list the seasoning in the description box. Then put this chicken into the seasoned oil and allow it to cook until it is tender. Now once it is tender, that is where I am going to start recording. So you will be able to follow this recipe without missing a beat because I am just in the process of adding all the other ingredients once my chicken became tender enough. This is meat lovers version, and if you do not like chicken or you do not eat any of that, you could use any other kind of meat that you want. You could use food like shrimps and so forth, or you could simply just cook this without meat. Either way, it is a delicious recipe, and guys, if you like it, let me know. So guys, now that my chicken is tender, I'm adding the diced okra and carrot to the recipe. And next I add the collard greens that I had also diced. Now I also add red onions, and I'm going to also add a little bit more of the spices that I had originally added to the chicken when I was seasoning the chicken. The amount of spices that you add is based on how much you love spices. I love spicy meals, and so I always add reasonable quantity of spices to my meal. The spices I said will be listed so that you can see the spices that I had used for this meal. After seasoning, just cover the pot and allow it to cook for about 20 minutes. Stir intermittently, maybe 5 to 10 minutes interval, to make sure that it's all mixed and it does not get burnt. And if it looks a little bit too dry, then add a little bit more oil to it, just like I'm doing, or you add some water. Make sure to cook it for a total of 20 minutes. You do not want the okra and the vegetables to overcook. It's been 20 minutes. I'm going to turn off the heat. My food is ready. Guys, if you like this recipe, please give it a like, share, subscribe to the channel, and be one of the first to be notified once I have uploaded new videos. Thank you.